What's going on, everybody on the internet? My name's Noviek, and today we have a new guest.
Hi! Hello, I'm Kranitoko. You might know me, you might not. Yay.
We don't know. We don't know. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Maybe I've mentioned him a billion times in videos, maybe I haven't.
But in all seriousness, yes, hello, I'm Kranitoko. I have a channel called KranitokoGames. I do mostly Star Wars content, and that's just me in a nutshell. Yes.
So you should definitely go check him out, because he's going to have part 2 of this, by the way. Because we're splitting this into 2.
It's going to be that long, we think. It could just be 10
think.
minutes. It could be 10 minutes, and we could have like 5 minutes each. Who knows? But
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Anyways, today we're going to be talking about the new expansion for Star Wars The Old Republic, which is known as... Crap, I forgot the name. Go.
What?
I forgot the name for the expansion.
Knights of the Fallen Empire.
There we go. There we go. That was a team effort right there. Wow, this derailed fast. Anyways.
Just want to mention as well, he actually came to me and said to do this idea, and then we were going to do this idea like not long after we started this call, and then we spent like 2 hours just talking, and we never got round to this until now. It was just, oh, wow.
Yeah, you would think in the 2 hours that we started the call, we
would have started this, but nope.
We would have started it. We would have had something planned out. No, absolutely not.
We're just going into this without anything. We have an idea what we're going to talk about, but
yeah, we have a few things we want to go over for this video, in which I guess we can start. So, what are your thoughts? Go for it.
Just before we start as well, just remember, I don't know how you use your microphone as well. I've turned mine down so that I can't really hear you in the voice recording because I'll explain that again. So that when I hear you in my headset, hopefully it won't pick up with the microphone. So I've had to turn mine down. I don't know if you have to do the same.
No, because I have my headphones plugged into my speakers.
Okay, so hopefully you won't hear yourself in my recording, but
my voice should override it. Don't worry.
Yeah. Anyway, let's carry on.
All right. So today we're going to be talking about a few things. First of all, since Kranitoko has already made a video on pretty much Knights of the Fallen Empire. There we go.
I thought you forgot it again.
Kofi, there we go.
Or coffee.
Coffee. I like coffee. No, I don't like coffee.
Actually. I hate coffee. Coffee's disgusting.
Yeah, pretty gross. Anyways. Wow, derailing.
So that was a show! Yay!
Yay! What do you think about the story so far? What are your thoughts?
I don't know. I don't know if I should be a bit concerned about. I mean, I'm a bit annoyed again that it's not like class stories. I mean, I think we all wanted class stories, but it's never going to happen. To be honest with you, maybe like once in a blue moon. But again, they're trying to broaden the story to be one character now, so every single character is going to be the Outlander. Yeah,
it's kind of odd because it takes out the entire purpose of it being an MMO. It might as well put it into an RPG almost, because the whole beauty of the SWTOR being an MMO was the fact that we each had our own class stories. So every class you chose was unique in their own way, as far as gameplay mechanics and as well as story. Because, you went through different trials and such, and things happened in different manners. But now that everybody's kind of got the same thing, it's like, well, why? Because you got, like, the Sith and the Jedi, they got the Force powers, they're clearly the most suitable combatants. Yeah, they're way superior in the situation. And sure, you got your bounty hunter, your agent, or whatever going in these situations, but it doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm. And I was saying on Reddit as well, because everybody's meant to be the Outlander, but how is that really going to work? Because I don't think my character would agree to be the Outlander. He's a Sith warrior. He is a Sith Lord. And
yeah, exactly.
If people just start calling him Outlander, he'd be like, "No, I am not the Outlander. I am a Sith Lord. Do you not understand what I'm saying?"
And that quote in the trailer, the new gameplay trailer that came out, which wasn't actually gameplay, doesn't make sense because, I mean, sure, it was the Jedi Knight, and he says the only title that matters now is the Outlander, but I can't see my Sith saying that.
No,
I can't see it. He's the spoilers for the Sith warrior story. He's the Emperor's Wrath, or I guess now he's technically the Empire's Wrath, as called by Darth Mar.
Yeah.
So it's like, I can't see him being the Outlander and owning up to that. He'd be like, no, I am the Empire's Wrath. I will bring back the Empire. you know?
Mm-hmm.
Not like, I'm gonna stop you.
Well,
I mean,
I'm sort of still wondering what exactly is happening to Republic and Empire, because if you are going to be ignoring all titles now that you might have had in your faction, well, are we just going to be like, well, no, we're not going to be on part of the Republic or the Empire anymore, we're just going to be our own thing now from now on? It's like, what?
It's like Forged Alliances, except everybody's joined in on this one, not just Lana and Theron. And
Because don't get me wrong, when they did the whole Empire and Republic are working together kind of thing, everybody, I don't think many people really liked that idea. They didn't really like the Empire and the Republic working together. And then when we found out they were splitting, everyone was like, oh yeah, it's going to be conflict, oh, it's going to be great. But now it just seems like that's happening again. Like, the Empire and Republic are going to be working together again.
Someone over at BioWare really likes the idea of the enemy forces joining against a greater evil, which doesn't make too much sense.
No.
Especially in the Star Wars universe, because these situations, I don't care what time frame you're in, would never happen. Maybe with a individual basis, you know, between like one Jedi and one Sith, that might work because they have common ground. But between the entire factions themselves, I can't see them.
I mean, with Lana Beniko and Theron and Shan, it worked. It did, but
that's because Lana doesn't identify herself as a Sith, more so just a Force-imbued Imperial. She even says so. I just went through that recently. She said she didn't believe in titles.
Even though she kind of became the
which is
was it Imperial part of Imperial Intelligence? Was it?
She was like the leader of something like that.
Yeah, something like that. I can't remember the exact title.
I don't remember.
And there she is being like, oh no, I don't need titles. No.
Well, that was during Forged Alliances.
Yeah. And
then she probably, like, everybody changes their minds when they get a powerful sounding title.
But again, it's different when it's just one Republic character and one Empire character, like you were saying. But how do you get a whole faction to agree to this?
Apparently,
it makes no sense.
According to BioWare, you eradicate them both. Apparently. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't like the common threat, but I like the fact that they're both getting eradicated. They're both, pushed on the edge of.
But how do you defeat two factions, which is your one faction?
You're awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
So awesome that BioWare haven't really elaborated who the Eternal Empire, what the Eternal Empire is.
Oh, I've got a theory on that. You want to hear that theory?
Yeah, sure, go on.
Valkoran is Vitiate's human body, original body. That's my theory.
Yeah, but then you look at the Sacrifice trailer, and you got to assume that the Sacrifice trailer at the beginning was, I don't know, like 30 or so years ago, maybe something like that, and he's young there. And then he ages. So if it was, well, why is he aging? Surely if he was immortal, he wouldn't age.
Oh, I mean, that's not necessarily true because immortality, especially in the Star Wars universe, is by transferring your Force spirit to other bodies. I mean, that's how Palpatine does it, or did it, because it's no longer canon.
That's how Zash did it as well, didn't she?
Yeah, because she moves to other bodies. So, I mean, it makes sense because that body's aging. And plus, it kind of makes sense because they mentioned multiple times throughout the Imperial stories that the Emperor has been absent for quite some time, and we don't know exactly how long this time frame is between, for the Sith Warrior as an example.
So it does make you wonder, what was he doing in all that time?
Exactly, and why was he so weak when... Spoilers for the Jedi Knight series.
There's going to be tons of spoilers, by the way, so just...
Yeah, I'm just going to put a disclaimer for that. But, like, when the Jedi Knight faces Vitiate, like, why is he so weak at that point? It's probably because he was in between, or he was about to switch bodies anyways. That body was probably dying. Because he's supposed to be this super great, powerful force, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, they inadvertently teased at this, unless they had this planned all along, in which case... Why not give that to us in the beginning?
Well, there was something that was mentioned, I remember hearing about a little while ago. Because you have, like, the Emperor's voice, the Emperor's hand, the Emperor's wrath, and things like that. And it kind of makes you wonder if you were to kill one of those people, because obviously the Sith Warrior is the Emperor's wrath, the Emperor's voice, Barrish claimed to be, but he wasn't.
We also killed the previous voice of us.
Which makes you
I
wonder
remember
if once you kill a part of the Emperor, if he does get weaker. So you killed the Emperor's voice, and by doing that, the Emperor became weak.
I mean, that doesn't sound...
Like a Horcrux in, like, the Harry Potter films.
Okay. I've never seen Harry Potter, but okay, keep going.
For those who haven't seen Harry Potter, I suppose it's sort of like a spoiler. Voldemort can't die because he has Horcruxes, and you can only kill Voldemort if you destroy his Horcruxes. It's like parts of him placed in different objects.
I mean, that theory could work, but I mean, because I just recently went through the Sith Warrior story again, with a different alt, but Vitiate, like, the voice specifically asks to die so he can go into a body that can leave Voss. So what do you think he intentionally weakened himself so that everybody thought he was dead so he could do this Eternal Empire stuff? I mean, that could work. It could have been a...
I'm just sort of thinking to yourself, if you, like you said before, if Valkorion is his true body, well, what has his true body been doing? Has it just been lying in a ditch all this time, or what? Because you got to think Vitiate is quite old, very old. He's He's like 1,000 years old, and if that's the case, then what has Valkorion's body been doing these 1,000 years?
Actually, you know what? Vitiate, it can't be his true body because Vitiate is a Sith pureblood. His true body is a Sith pureblood, but he has proven to be able to take over bodies.
But then Bioware did say, what if his Sith pureblood wasn't his true form?
That's true. Bioware, you trolls. Come on. Just give us a straight answer. Like,
this is Bioware. They never give us a straight answer.
We're grasping at straws here.
Ugh.
Oh, no. But, like, I mean, I could see it, you know? I could see it being Vitiate because why would they just... Vitiate just destroyed all life on Ziost. Why leave it at that and then go 5 years later when, you know?
There was one thing I was going to mention that I completely forgot. I'm going to try and remember it quickly. Oh, that's terrible of me. Why have I forgotten it?
No worries. We've got time.
Well, when it came to... Because obviously in the Jedi Knight story, you defeated the Emperor in a very, very lackluster fight. I'll give it that, by the way.
Because he killed himself. Suicide.
Well, what... Was he just just a force or something? Because he had no body after that. He was just like a voice.
I mean, think of Yoda. He just kind of disappeared.
Well, because it was sort of like once you defeated Revan, the Emperor came back, but it seems like he didn't even need Revan in the first place.
Well, I mean, he says that he needed Revan to unite, which I don't understand that.
To unite the Empire and the Republic so that they could fight, so that they can battle it out to kill each other, so that he can gain energy, but...
That doesn't make sense because they joined forces...
Well, they didn't join forces until the end of
yes, but that
Rishi.
Was he did he does say to Revan, I believe, that he needed that to happen. You know, he needed those two to join forces.
And the reason why they went to Yavin 4 was because there was a device which would have killed all life on Yavin 4. I am assuming that's what I picked up.
Well, I thought it was because Revan just that was his base. I thought that was his base of operations. Or I guess we should say evil Revan because that wasn't fully Revan.
Yeah.
But I mean Revan nonetheless. I mean, but the whole at the same time it's very convincing that Vitiate could be Valkorion. But at the same time there are so many things that plot holes, you know?
You just gotta hope that they will explain it in the expansion because it's so confusing. It's so confusing right now. Like, what's his original body? Like, what is going on? Seriously,
you know, another theory it could be that Vitiate tried to take over Valkorion and they just trapped his spirit somewhere.
What if Valkorion wanted this to happen? What if they are working together in the same body?
Huh? You know that would make sense. I mean. Because we would have seen like a red and black aura around Valkorion, I would assume. because every time he's taken over someone, by force, they show the red and black aura around them. But that could just be the in-game mechanic thing.
But the thing that sort of makes no sense as well, if Valkorian was Vishit, well, why isn't Vishit trying to just destroy the galaxy like he wanted to? Why is he making this empire to, I suppose, rule? Is he actually trying to rule again rather than destroy?
I mean, he created an entire empire that was falling. I mean, I love the Empire, the Sith Empire, but I mean, it was failing because of inner fightings. Freaking Malgus, putting the middle finger up to you, bud.
We'll get back to you.
Oh, yes, we will. But, like, he built that, so it could be just the whole, like, him reverting back to something else. He could have been
actually, coming back to Malgus, he is basically just doing what Malgus tried to do in the first place, create a new empire. Like, so what's kind of different between the two stories? I suppose maybe with Malgus we stopped it too early, whereas this one it's gone further ahead.
I guess it was more so. I mean, with Malgus, it was more of a personal vendetta thing than anything, because he specifically used the Sith warrior. I guess any of the Imperials he specifically used, because I just went through that as well. So he's been using, he's been trying to get, or whatever Imperial is on Ilum, he used them to eliminate like key targets so that he could take his power. So for the Imperials, at least, I would imagine it would have been just a vendetta, a personal vendetta. But I haven't also been through Ilum on the Republic yet. So, I mean,
on the Republic side, it's more to get rid of those in power. Should I spoil this for you? Maybe?
Go for it.
Malgus actually speaks to you and is all like trying to be friendly with the Republic, being like, "Oh, we need this person eliminated." And then once you eliminate that person,
that's right.
He is all like, "Oh, right, now I can bring my plans forward and start to take over."
Yeah, that's right. I remember. I went through on my smuggler. I just didn't remember a lot of the stuff. But yeah, no. So I guess with Malgus, it was more of a personal vendetta. But I guess you could cry the same thing with Valkorian and the Eternal Empire, because they just wiped out everything all the Republic and Empire have known and loved, essentially.
The thing I want to know is, where do Arcann and Thexan come into this?
Have kids, you raise them to be evil. I mean, it's standard evil daddy 101.
Yeah, but then why do you try and bring your, two brothers who have grown up together, practically adore each other in a brother sense, and then try and do that to them, try and get them to kill each other? Surely you would try and make them hate each other as they're growing up. Surely that would be a better idea, to generate their hate rather than just ignoring them. Actually try and get them to pin against each other.
Well, that wouldn't make sense, because, it would make sense, but then Arcann's hate wouldn't have thrived as much, if that makes any sense, because it was more so a passive hatred towards his father that finally got him to snap, and having the other one be the favorite and having them love each other, you know what I mean? So, like, that way it hurts more, and he, like, by the time he realizes what he's done, like Arcann, because you see at the end of the trailer, he's like, he grieves immediately, and then Valkorian just kind of like, he takes advantage of that,
But again, that kind of makes no sense, because they're growing up, sort of as proper brothers, and then I'll start that again. It just makes no sense. They grow up, and Valkorian just practically ignores them, and
he ignores Arcann specifically.
Arcann sort of hates Valkorian up until the point where he accidentally kills Thexan, and then it's all like, well, you see in the trailers, he's like working with his father. Well, no, you hated your father, so why are you suddenly all like, oh yeah, okay, I'm going to work with my dad now?
Look at Jaisa. I mean, she was heavy on that.
That I never seem to understand that, because why would you suddenly just be like, hey, I'm all light side. No, I'm light side. Actually, I think it's just going to be light side, just because I can.
She wanted the dark D. That's all I gotta say. I mean, you can actually have her as a light side companion still.
Yeah, I know.
But everybody went dark side with Jason. Can I just say that dark side Jace freaks me out?
Oh, I know. Seriously.
I guess we can go into the next topic with the romances.
The thing that annoys me about Jace is that when you're doing her companion story, she just adores you and does nothing but adore you, and it's not flattering, it's more creepy. And then like you come back the next time, it's like husband, and you're like, what? We got married? When was this?
Did we get drunk somewhere? I mean, she's been drunk before. She said so. I gotta say, the female encounter with Jace is totally different, which is so funny. I mean, it's kind of because Jace instantly falls in love with the male Sith warrior.
Yeah.
But then you got the female, because when I went back through the Sith warrior, I went as a female, and she's like, all right, before we get started, before I follow you on your adventure, I need to know one thing. Am I allowed to have leave so I can go do what I want with people? And it's like, whatever, just go have crazy sex. I don't care. Like, that's literally what it is. It's like, can I just go have sex with anybody? Like, do you care? Your time is your own. But it's like, she is clearly a lust-driven sloot, in my opinion.
Oh, Jace. Classic Jace.
But she's also the easiest to... Never mind.
Well, she is. She is the.
Oh,
she's
absolutely.
She's the easiest to manipulate.
Absolutely.
At the same time. So yes, carry on.
I remember with Jace, wasn't it like 2 conversations in, and then she's like already trying to like get in the same bed?
Oh yeah.
It was like 2 conversations. It was like, oh, thank you for having me in the order or whatever, the Sith order, and then the next conversation was like,
let's bang.
Pretty much. It was just like, thank you for having me, and then you come back like 5 minutes later, and it was just like, rip off the clothes, let's go.
I suppose because she didn't really know what the dark side would do to her, because the dark side manipulates you, and maybe she got all these feelings and started really feeling her inner dark side, and ended up feeling a lot more than that.
No, she was starting to feel your inner dark side.
Oh God,
I'm done with that.
Companion theories anyway. So what do you think is going to happen in Knights of the Fallen Empire?
Ooh.
For our companions.
So with companions, I just want to say...
And companions which we think we might get.
Okay. I have a question, since you do know what companions we're getting.
Yes, I did, because I'm one of those people that accidentally data mine. I didn't data mine. I looked at the data mine stuff.
You looked at the... Okay. Do we get Lana as a actual companion?
Yes.
Yes? Like, yes. She walks around with you?
Yes.
Yes! Okay. I mean, you haven't seen my videos on this, but Lana is like... I literally labeled 2 videos. Lana is love, and then the other one was Lana is life. Okay. I love Lana. I love Lana.
No, but the data mine stuff, well, I won't go too much into it, but just know that she is... How can I explain it? I don't know in what capacity she's a companion.
Okay.
But
I hope she can travel around with you.
Well, I mean, because if you ever watch if you watch Lady Insanity's video, that she does sort of accompany you, so technically she is a companion in that sense as well, so you don't need to read the data mine stuff to understand that.
Well, as long as I can keep that romance going.
Well, okay. Yeah, that's the sort of thing which I sort of didn't understand with Forged Alliances and Shadow Revan. You're building up all these romances. Well, what's the point in building them up if you're never going to see them again? Which brings me to, well, yes, they're most likely going to be companions.
Well, okay, so I was watching, I forgot her name. You just mentioned her.
Lady Insanity.
Yes, I was watching one of her videos, one of her most recent kind of behind-the-scenes ones. And she was saying, yes, your companions do come back. Some of your companions do, especially the ones that you had like romances with. So let's say you romanced Jace and then you romanced Lana.
How would that work?
They're going to remember that. Like, if you married Jace and then you flirted with Lana and, like, did everything you did with Lana, Jace is going to remember that. She's going to be extremely pissed off. Jace is probably going to try to kill you. Oh, my God. Jace is going to try to kill me.
Oh, God. She's like that psychopathic murderer you grew.
She sends you a mail that's like a little thing in your mail that says, "I put a tracker on you to make sure you weren't like cheating on me."
Yes, I remember that. Yes.
She's gonna kill me. Oh wait, no, I didn't romance her with that character. Whew, you might be screwed though.
Oh God.
I hope you didn't flirt with anybody else.
No, I actually didn't. I stayed faithful to Jacer. So.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I'm good. I'm good.
You're good. I'm kind of glad I didn't flirt with Jacer then. But apparently they're gonna remember. They're not gonna be happy, and they may just leave, or in Jace's case, probably try to kill you. Oh no, my smuggler.
What did you do?
I married Risha, and then I started flirting with Lana.
Oh, Risha is one of those people you're screwed. You're screwed. She is gonna put a blaster to your head.
Yeah, oh God, what did I do? And I named him after me too. That hits even more, that hits way more to home. That's like my name, seeing the blaster to the back of my head, and it's just like, no, don't do it. Risha, baby, please, it was just one time, it was Lana. You gotta understand, Lana is love, Lana is life, and then it's gonna be the blaster, it's gone. I'm dead. I might as well never play Kofi with my smuggler.
I kind of want to know what's going to happen with Nico-Akar, to be honest with you, because he is a companion which you get just for being a subscriber up until the August 10th, I think.
Up until it launches.
Well, you have to be
10th.
subscribed by August 10th.
Actually, hold on, I think I have that open.
But in a interview with, I watched this interview with this German guy who, I'll be
September
honest,
30th.
I feel bad for the guy who was interviewing I can't remember his name, like this guy at BioWare. He was on the stage at Gamescom, and I felt bad for him because he couldn't get his points out right because he didn't know English very well. But there was something mentioned how you only get Nico-Akar at this moment in time just for being a subscriber. From what I could assume, you're not going to be able to get him on the Cartel market. You can't buy him.
Okay, so it's not going to be like Treek.
No, but that kind of makes me wonder, well, how much work have they actually put into Nico-Akar if you're only going to get him for subscribing? Because you got to think to yourself, well, how many people actually subscribe? And if that's the case, well, are you telling me that only 500, let's say there's 500,000 subscribers, are only 500k subscribers gonna get Nico-Akar? That's it?
I guess so. They could pull
makes you wonder why they're gonna bother carrying on with Nico-Akar's
like HK,
story.
where you have to do something very specific to get them.
But then at the same time, not many people like to do all the work to get companions.
I know. I still haven't gotten HK.
I got HK. He's nice. But when it comes to other characters, I just buy him. I can't be bothered to go through it all over
that's
again.
what I did with Treek. I was just like, I can't be asked to do what didn't Treek have like an event or something that you could have gotten her, and then you had to.
There's only like a very small event where you get the contract, then you speak to this guy, and he's like, "Here, you can have this guy. You can have this lovely Ewok. Here you go," and then you're done.
Which doesn't make sense for SWTOR canon whatsoever, by the way.
Apparently, they explained it.
Yeah,
I don't know what
she stole something and then just flew away.
But then it kind of just makes you wonder why my Sith warrior doesn't go, "Oh wow, really? Well, I think I'm gonna go visit that planet now."
Well, we did. No, we didn't. We didn't go to Endor. I keep thinking Yavin 4 Endor, same thing. They all ended.
It was in the same film. No, was it?
Yeah, it was in the same film. Because they had that was where the secret rebel base was hidden. On Yavin 4.
No, that was fifth one was Yavin 4 because they.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Because they that was when they destroyed the first Death Star because the Death Star was going to try and destroy Yavin 4.
Mm-hmm.
But they failed and the Death Star blew up, and then Episode 6 they moved on to Endor.
I blame Battlefront for my shortcomings in movie canon.
Yeah, don't worry, I'm exactly the same.
No, okay, but like, that makes me wonder: is Nico going to be super old? I mean, Satil's super old because they were roughly...
how long has? I'll say that again.
It's
how far? Why can't I speak? What am I actually trying to say? Think of this before you say it, Charlie. God. Like, what is the timeline right now? How many years has it been
30.
since since the finishing of your class story.
Oh, that's gonna be at least. I would
'Cause
assume
my
it's probably
character-
6 or 7.
My character hasn't aged. Not really. If it's
I'm kind of glad
so
my character
far.
hasn't aged.
Yeah. Well, that actually brings me on to another theory as well about the story. What if that, because they want to try and prolong the story they want to try and prolong SWTOR to go on for as long as possible. So you got to think to yourself, well, in theory, they may end up going like 30 years at some point, but at the same time, your character won't age. Well, what if you're the one who gets immortal powers from what the Emperor, from what Vishut is trying to do?
I want to be the Emperor.
To do. And as a result of that, you get immortality for a period of time.
Zadrian Shadoan shall be the Emperor. It is decreed.
That would be so cool.
Okay.
But then going back to that trailer as well, Valkoran does say to you,
you can join him.
You can join him.
Oh,
Please, can we join him? Please.
We better be able to. We had better be able to.
I've actually been seeing a lot of people on Reddit actually saying, "Would you join him?" And a lot of them are saying no. But
absolutely.
You got to think. You got to think at the same time. My character Kranitoko was serving the Emperor to begin with anyway. And although you were trying to stop the Emperor, at the first point of trying to join the Emperor you were originally following, because why not? Why not?
I would have just killed him and taken his empire. That's what
maybe that's what we're going to be able to do. Who knows?
And then I shall be the eternal empire. Emperor. Empire. It doesn't matter. I'm going to be immortal. That's all that matters.
Who needs words when you're going to be
And I'll
immortal?
have Lana at my side. That's all that truly matters.
But will she go with it?
I'm going to make her.
You're going to be the Emperor. You can't stop her.
I can.
You're going to be
the will.
Well, you're going to be the Emperor. You can't she can't stop you. She can't.
She rescues me from the carbonite, okay? It was love. It is going to be a continued love.
Why didn't she find you a long time ago? Why has it taken her 5 years if she truly
Because she was
you?
heartbroken that I disappeared, and then she decided to do something about it 5 years later.
Wow.
She's really slow on the heart thing.
What if, in those 5 years, she's been with another man?
I'm a killer. No hesitation there. That was scary. I'm a bit scared of myself.
You're going down the dark side path. In real life.
I've already been there. I've already done that. I haven't gone back.
So what's next? What should we move on to next?
Well, okay, so I got...
Chapter names.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Okay, let me pull that up real quick, because, oh boy, chapter names. Chapter names.
As if we'll get anything from them, but we'll try our best. So what we were going to do here, we're going to go down the chapter names and see what we think the chapter might be about.
Yeah.
So we got chapter 1, The Hunt, which from what we actually know anyway,
it's a prologue.
Is the prologue. It teaches you how to play the game if you've not already played the game. Well, I'm kind of wondering, what about the players who's already played SWTOR? Do we still have to go through the tutorial, or how is it going to work?
We have to go through the tutorial. We don't get all of our abilities right away either. Like all the abilities that we already have, we don't get.
Really?
Necessarily. From what I can't remember her name. Wow, that one chick was saying.
Lady Insanity.
Lady Insanity. See, I'm going insane trying to remember her name. This is bad. So according to what she said, you don't get all of your abilities. You get some of them, but you don't get all of them right away because you got to introduce the people who... Actually, I want to know, do we have to pay $60 like in WoW to get a level 60?
I can't imagine it would be that expensive, but you can buy other level 60s. You can automatically.
I would think the subscribers that had would get at least one free one.
Well, no, because everybody who subscribes gets a free one. I think what they should do in the future as well is obviously everyone gets a free one when they subscribe. But if you stay subscribed, you should be able to get a level 60 at a discounted price, whereas everyone else has to pay the full price.
Yes. I like that.
That's what they should do with the cartel market in general. If you are subscribed, you get a discount. If you're not, you don't.
We get discounts kind of.
Well,
we get like 25% discounts.
But that's for everyone, isn't it?
No, that's just for subscribers.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I'm pretty... Well, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna be as confident as I possibly can. Hell yes, Charlie. No, oh god.
So anyway, the hunt. Carry on.
I was gonna go back to the hunt anyways. I'm
Oh, yeah,
thinking
yeah, the
Arcann. This is when Arcann captures you, and that's why you can't use most of your abilities. Or
This could be in the very early stages.
like right before you get put into the carbonite.
Yeah, so Arcann has captured you. He brings you to Valkorion, but then Valkorion offers you the possibility to join him. But then what happens between that and you being placed in carbonite later on? Like, does it all go horribly wrong?
Well, what I was thinking, sorry,
They're forced to put you in carbonite.
Let me clarify this, I guess. Arcann gets sent. This is my theory. Maybe Arcann gets sent before the rest of... No, because the whole war is going on, so no, that doesn't make sense. So yeah, something goes horribly awry. That would be my guess.
And then you got Chapter 2, A Dream of Empire. Could this be that maybe you've joined Valkoran or not joined Valkoran, and then he's trying to continue building his empire, maybe, or something? I don't know.
I would assume that it would be you getting out of the carbonite at that point.
Well, no, because that's Chapter 3. Chapter 3 is the carbonite one.
Oh, okay, so
what's Chapter 2?
A Dream of Empire. Okay, so Chapter 1, The Hunt. Well, then the war's already started between the Eternal Empire during the hunt, and you're being hunted down. That would be my only assumption. Dream of Empire would be the Jedi, probably the Republic and Empire have mostly fallen. But that doesn't make any sense, because wouldn't you be at the front lines of that? Because, I mean, because I'm talking from my main character being, his name's Zadrian, being the Wrath of the Empire. You know, I would assume my character would be there. He would be leading the charge against the Eternal Empire.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, yeah.
But A Dream of Empire, because we already know for sure Chapter 3 is when...
You waking up from carbonite.
When we wake up. So how do we get in there? Maybe Lana traps us there? Because I love Lana and I want her to be in every part of this story.
But why would she do that to you?
Why wouldn't she?
Yeah, that is a thought. Who is the one who puts you in carbonite? Is it Valkorion? We don't really know.
I want it to be Lana for selfish reasons, so that I look younger.
What, so that she has her own little personal chamber that she'd just be like,
and you just don't remember every time she's woken you up every day for every year? To slap the crap... No, I'm just kidding.
Wait, so she wakes you up just to age you? Wow. Because when you're
slightly.
Well, no, because when you're in carbonite, you don't really age, do you?
No, you don't.
I mean, I suppose the carbonite maybe creaks here and there and cracks, but...
No, I wouldn't think so.
I don't think you would age.
You know how terrible that would be? I mean...
So, going back to that, maybe that's how if Vicious is Valkorion, maybe that's how Vicious kept his body. It's been in carbonite for so long. But then after 1,000 years, you'd think...
It could make sense.
I don't really know how carbonite works. 1,000 years, maybe your body would start creaking and cracking, perhaps.
I doubt that. Because carbonite's like it's like, I want to say cryo-freezing. Something.
That's what I thought carbonite
because,
was.
I mean, you're not just it's not like you're putting someone in cement, because you got those little, like, robotic things on the side of it. It's like maintaining their health.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, if you just put them in carbonite and it was like, whatever it was called, like cement or whatever, they'd be dead, because there would be no, like, life support or anything. Which would make it completely ineffective if you had to bring, like, for a bounty hunter's perspective, because let's face it, bounty hunters use it.
Yeah.
It wouldn't make sense, because if they had to bring in someone alive, they usually do it by carbonite. So, I mean, it could keep them alive. It could keep them aging properly.
Maybe there's a setting to stop you from aging. But then,
or maybe you don't age, but it keeps you alive.
But then you got to think to yourself, well, if that's what really happened, why isn't everyone doing that? Why isn't everyone putting themselves in carbonite?
Because they want to wake up one day. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. Like, hey, put me in carbonite, and then that person goes, I'm going in carbonite too, and then they never wake up. Like, that's pretty counterintuitive to living a long life, because you're not living it anymore. You're just existing.
Hey, if carbonite was real, I would put myself in carbonite just to see when I'd wake up. just see when somebody stumbles upon my
You would
body.
have to have someone.
Just to see if somebody stumbles upon my body and is like, huh, maybe I may never wake up. Who knows? But if I do wake up, hey, I'm 1,000 years into the future. Yay.
You know how jarring that would be?
That'd be sweet. I think it'd be cool.
But you would be so beyond
I would be
blind.
in the future.
You would be beyond blind. I mean, look at Han Solo. He was in there for what, like 2 days? And then he was like blind for like a day.
We're gonna be. Oh yeah, that is true. But then when they were doing, when they were putting Han Solo in carbonite, at that moment they were sort of like, well, we haven't really got the kinks worked yet, so maybe that's why he was blind.
Then why the hell are we in carbonite? That is 3,000 years before. Did they suddenly unkink it, or did they have it unkinked and then kinked it like in between the 3,000 years? Like,
if we're gonna be in carbonite for 5 years, are we gonna be blind for like 6 months?
Here, level with me real quick. Just level with me real quick. How the hell has technology not progressed in the past 3,000 years?
Now, I did ask that when I was on the Utunicast once, and the general solution we came out to is that technology is as far advanced as it can go.
That doesn't make sense. They've discovered new galaxies with empires and crap. Someone's already figured out how to be immortal. I don't think technology hasn't progressed. Actually, yeah, okay, I can understand.
But then when it comes to the movies, obviously, because you think to yourself, well, they changed the way the stormtroopers looked in the 30 years between Episode 6 and The Force Awakens, assumingly, and there's like new lightsabers and all that. Maybe at that moment in time they thought, hey, we can actually upgrade. It does. When you think about it, it doesn't make sense, but yeah.
I don't know.
But then you got to think to yourself as well, when it comes to like the storyline in KOTOR, and then you got all these tombs and all that. Well, you could assume that maybe between SWTOR and the movies there was a dip in technology, and maybe everybody just stopped using like high tech technology, and then it just started creeping back up again, and maybe
I would have to. 'Cause I used to know a lot about like that era, the in between era, and I just kind of forgot it all. I think they just decided there was too much like war. Yeah, that would make sense. That there was just so much war going on that it just kind of destroyed everything.
Maybe they destroyed themselves in the process, and then they had to start from the beginning.
Yes and no. I mean, it could happen. I'm not saying that it couldn't, because it's Star Wars. Anything can happen. If someone can get sliced in half and then reemerge 20 years later with half a body, I'm looking at you, Darth Maul. I think anything can happen in this universe.
So let's move on to the next chapter, Chapter 4, Gravestone.
Someone dies.
Who?
I'm saying either Darth Mar.
Did we do Outlander? I think we did do Outlander.
We just covered that one real fast. You wake up.
you wake up,
and the first thing I see is Lana's beautiful face. Thank you.
Yeah,
that's all I need.
We kind of already know what Chapter 3 is from Lady Insanity's video.
Mm-hmm.
You wake up. You try and escape wherever you are, and you're given the option to save the sun generator or just let it destroy itself and just leave. And yeah, that's
destroying it.
Oh yeah, it's the dark side.
Dark side.
So yeah, you will. Anyway, episode 4. Well, technically it is an episode. They're doing it in like a season. Chapter 4, Gravestone. So yes, someone's gonna die.
It's either Satele Shan, Theron Shan, or Darth Mar. Someone that we've known somewhat. It's got to be someone close to us, otherwise it wouldn't make sense. Unless they start to cover the fact, or like we as a character start uncovering Thexan's death.
True. Yes.
And
because you got to assume that when they bring players in who hasn't played Star Wars: The Old Republic and haven't really watched the Sacrifice trailer, you're not really going to know who Thexan is. So
and
maybe Chapter 4 is learning who Thexan really was.
And that could be all of us, like that. All of that could be us confronting Arcann, because Arcann killed him, was his brother. So like flashbacks, something, I mean, that kind of goes in with length and whatnot too, because These chapters are supposed to be real short story-wise.
Well, from what I can't remember where I heard this, that in each chapter there's an hour's worth of
That was
cutscenes.
from Lady Insanity.
Yeah, there's an hour's worth of cutscenes. That's just cutscenes. What about the actual gameplay? So you got to assume that each chapter is going to be 2 to 3 hours long, and if that's the case, 9 times 3, that's 27 hours.
I can tell you one thing.
All of just what they're releasing on October 27th.
Yeah,
20th, 27th. Yeah.
27. Didn't they change that? Wasn't it like the 19th, and then they changed it to... No, 19th is
19th
for
is the cut-off date
subscribers.
for, and then 20th is early access, and then 27th is the full release.
Yeah. But, it would have to be involving Thexan for the gravestone, though. It would absolutely have to be. Or someone close to you dying. Please don't let it be Lana. Please don't do this to me. I mean, a chapter ago, I just woke up and saw her beautiful face, and now I don't want to see that.
But then chapter 5...
I will quit playing the game.
But then, if she dies, chapter 5 could be where she is reborn from the grave. It's chapter 5. So, what I'm thinking with chapter 5 is that... Because BioWare did say a long time ago that when they're doing their live stream at the end of this month, that they're going to bring back somebody. And a lot of people kind of assume they know who it is.
Nico.
Maybe. That is true.
That would be
but then was he dead? We don't really know what.
We don't really
know much
him.
about Nico. We haven't seen him since the trailer.
Yeah. It would make sense. Maybe it could be thought in everybody that he was dead and he was just, on Rishi, chilling on the beach with a Twi'lek, just hanging out.
But in all seriousness, I think everyone thinks that this is where Malgus is going to come back.
Yeah,
only because of what they revealed at a cantina. They revealed like the cinematic where he was going to be in the sacrifice trailer, but they cut him out so that they could put focus on the twins. But at the same time, why would you spend that money and make that part of the trailer if you weren't going to bring him back? Because you're assuming that you've made all this content anyway, and then you're making the trailer based off the content. So clearly he must be back.
I'm just saying, if he comes back, I'm killing him right off again.
Oh yeah, everyone is. No,
absolutely. I can't stand that.
We want that. We want that affirm. We want that confirmation that we are going to kill him this time. Because
I want to see.
He fell. We want to make sure he's dead.
I want his head in my hand as his body falls to the ground. I am getting very, very vivid about this.
Maybe you should go to an asylum.
Look at that transition. Oh.
Yeah, so chapter 6 is asylum. I think
I'd say we get captured again or something.
And we're placed in an asylum.
That would make sense. Or the entire time we're just insane and now we're just waking up from our our carbon our sickness or whatever. Because what is it called? It's called, I forgot what it was called. Carbonite sickness?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it has taken its toll over the 5 years and we do start seeing things which aren't really there. And
Barris comes back.
Oh, that's an interesting theory. Maybe. Oh, that's actually a good idea, to be honest with you.
That doesn't make sense though. We got a firm through the body lightsaber.
But that's an interesting theory as well. From the grave, if it was Malgus, maybe episode 6, maybe Malgus isn't really there and we're just seeing him.
And then Lady of Sorrows. No. Because I'm thinking of a lady, and I'm thinking of Sorrows.
This is chapter 7, Lady of Sorrows. Why? Who are you thinking of? I don't...
Lana. If she dies.
What does that even mean, Lady of Sorrows?
It could be that one chick with the hood.
Oh, yeah. Vaylin?
Yeah.
Vaylin, yeah, that's it.
Can I just say that I like her character design?
No, I don't. I don't really like her. She's too...
Okay, she's too lanky.
She's too thin. I don't want to be offensive to those who might be fat or thin, but she's like a twig.
It doesn't make sense in this universe because you literally get like vet size, which is just kind of like petite. It's not necessarily lanky or skinny, and then you get like the pretty much what everybody uses is the default one. So like the super curvy chick, and then you get like a kind of a muscular chick and then like a slightly chubbier chick, but not like super chubby. It doesn't make sense that she'd be lanky.
Yeah, and then when it comes to the male ones, you've got like scrawny, like muscular, and then fat. Like fat. Although when you take his clothes off, it's like the muscular kind of fat, but when you have clothes on, he just looks like...
It's like super, like, I don't know. I don't understand how you could be that kind of fat. Like, I mean, I admire the fact that it's like solid. But that's probably because they didn't want to add jiggle physics, because then we know exactly where the jiggle... What am I saying? Jiggle physics would be going to.
Oh.
And that'd be going straight to the female. Because we know that's what would happen. I'm looking at you, Final Fantasy.
Chapter 8, Taking Flight.
Well, obviously, we just take some sort of dogfighter scene. That's going to happen.
Yeah, I'm not really getting much from this one, to be honest.
It's the dogfighter scene in the trailer that we saw. The dogfighting scene, you know?
Dogfighting scene?
The when we're escaping from the whatever the place is.
No, but I thought that scene would be part of Chapter 3 when you are escaping.
I mean, yes and no. I could see... There's a lot of things I could see with that, though. Because... Yeah. I could see it in both situations, though. Like, because for Chapter 3, like, let's say you escape, but maybe you're not well enough to get on a ship or something. You know, you can't make it to the ship, so you just gotta hide somewhere. And then you start going insane? I don't know.
The Alliance.
Oh, the Alliance. What is that going to be about?
Well, I have no idea.
Could it be the Sith and the Jedi joining forces?
What? That's never been done before.
Certainly not in Forged Alliances or Shadow of Revan.
Or sort of Zios-ish. Not really, but sort of.
Well, this is just more so Theron. But yeah.
Hey, that was an alliance there when you think about it. Yeah.
But it wasn't the two forces combined. Anyway, we all know what that one's going to be.
Yeah, it's happening over and over.
Watch us be totally wrong.
It's now going to be alliance.
Oh, maybe that's where, maybe, just maybe, call me crazy, call me stupid.
You're crazy, you're stupid.
All right, sweet. Now that we've gotten those out of the way. Maybe that's when Valkorian offers the kingdom to you.
Yeah.
Perhaps. No, it's definitely the first of the two options.
Perhaps. Well, I can see what you mean, because Chapter 9 is the final one we'll see in October before they start releasing future chapters in 2016. So I can understand maybe he'll offer you the Empire, you'll join him, you'll not join him, whatever happens, and then, hey, we'll come back to it in 2016.
How would that affect endgame content, though?
It's true, because you've got to assume a lot of the endgame content you do, obviously bar, like, I don't know, the False Emperor and the Battle of the Villain, which is like a set-in-stone timeline sort of thing. Mm-hmm. A lot of the flashpoints you can do any time during Star Wars. Yeah, exactly. So it doesn't matter when you do it; it still happens. There's no set time it happens. So,
but say you join him, do you do stuff for the Eternal Empire as your endgame content?
I don't know.
Huge flaw. It's probably not going to happen that way.
And then we come to Chapter 10 in 2016 when they start doing the episodic thing. We only know the names of 2 chapters. There's Anarchy in Paradise. So basically, you're going to be on break, and there's going to be anarchy whilst you're in paradise.
Oh, no.
You're going to be there chilling on Rishi, and all hell is going to break loose.
I see Darth Maul and Satele going at it, like, angry-wise, not... Anyways.
The fight we've been waiting for so long will probably happen then.
Yes. Or...
To start off the episodes in 2000.
Malgus is alive the entire time. In fact. And this is when he makes his move.
Maybe Malgus is where the alliance comes in Chapter 9. Maybe he allies with the Emperor.
Or you. unless I kill him.
Yes.
Because I'm going to kill him.
But then what's the point in calling the chapter the Alliance if you kill him anyway?
Because it was a very short alliance, and it was the allegiance of my lightsaber to his throat.
Mm-hmm.
You see? See what I did there?
That's true.
Murder.
and then chapter 11 is disavowed. You're probably going to be disavowed from the Empire or Republic, which you used to be part of.
You probably just get, like, taken over at some point. Like the Jedi Knight, where Vitiate kind of takes over the Jedi Knight for a little bit. Because it was like a year. That was an entire year, apparently.
Wait, really?
Yeah. From what I remember, I could be completely wrong, but I'm pretty sure that was like an entire year, or at least a few months their time, that the Jedi Knight's taken over.
Wow. I only thought it was just a few months.
It was somewhere. It was like the latter of half the year.
Blimey.
So it was like anywhere from like 6 to 12 months, something crazy like that. I'd have to play through it again, but then again, I am doing it on the channel.
I am currently replaying through it, so I'll be able to find out once I get there.
Exactly.
I'm still early days though, because it's Togruta ones.
Sweet. I think that covers my half, doesn't it? Oh no, because we got
we got quite a lot on your half. So we got. Let's move on to the Cartel market.
Oh boy, you ready to hear me rage?
Well, no doubt they're going to be releasing everything that comes out with Knights of the Fallen Empire as a Cartel market decoration or armor.
I just want to be able to buy any of the old packs at any point in time.
That is true, but then you got to think that'll probably change the economy as well, because the way the economy works is that people will buy packs when they're out, and then once they're taken off the Cartel market, they'll sell them for a really high price. And if they're just out continually, then that will just change the economy as a whole.
Well, they could. It's as easy as changing how often you get a specific kind of gear. Like, for example, like Thana Vesh, her stuff.
Trying to remember her stuff.
It looks like the you know what the Reaver armor is, like Darth Mar's armor, without the shoulder pads.
Is it the ones with the wings at the back?
No, that's the that's. I love that, except for the wings.
Yeah, no, the wings annoy me.
Now think Darth Mar, without the shoulder pad spike things, and it's black.
Oh wait, that's part of you get that at a reputation vendor, don't you?
Yeah,
yeah.
I want to get the reputation so I can go get that.
Yeah, I know which one you mean now. Yeah, because I think Ian, my friend Ian, he showed me that one time.
I just want to go back and get reputation from the. I just want to get that armor for a Sith or something, for a female Sith, because, I mean, that is the quintessential female Sith armor right there. But I want to be able to do that.
The one thing I can see is because they're sort of updating the graphics with the expansion, no doubt any decorations or armors which come along with the expansion will be more advanced in terms of graphics.
I just hope
there's no excuse anymore.
Everything. Just update everything.
I know.
Come on, let's. Sorry, I'm stumbling over myself. Are you as easily annoyed as I am about the fact that only a select few planets, when you're entering orbit, have really beautiful cutscenes?
Yes, I am. They should do that for every single planet.
That's what I've been saying since that happened. Since my first time on Nar Shaddaa, I saw that, I was like, why isn't everything else like this? You have no excuse, BioWare.
There is so much potential to try and make this game as beautiful as it possibly can be, and BioWare just like, yeah. I mean, what? It would take, what? I don't know, maybe less than a day's work just to do, I don't know, I suppose half the planets. Because all they've got to do is just get, just chuck a few, maybe ships in the background in the very far distance, just flying around
the sweeping
over the planet.
camera angles too.
Yeah, just do like a sweeping camera, and then just have your ship just go, and then you're sorted. That's it. You're done.
That's 2 days work stops.
Maybe for every single planet. Yeah, 2 days for every single planet.
Yeah,
for one person to make as well.
That's not that bad. I mean, that's maybe a few weeks to get all those done. Yeah. And that's like, by the time those are done, I mean, we've probably hit a new patch anyways. I mean, let's be real here. The patching in this game is ridiculous. It's gotten to the point, because I'm following them on Twitter.
Every single patch, there seems to be something going wrong.
Yeah. it seems like the servers are down like every other day. That's like one server's having it like server connection issues. I don't know. Fix that too. Wow, fix that.
Yeah, I
first
think
and foremost,
make
it so that people can actually make it so people can actually play the game, and then fix the things we like. Actually, no, fix the things we like so that the people that can play can enjoy it, and then you fix the people who can't play. Because I'm selfish and I want to experience these things. Specifically now. BioWare, you had better be hearing this. You better be in tune with this Skype call right now. Because if you're not... oh,
maybe,
boy.
Maybe they're listening to us right now.
This is like some government crap, man.
Yep.
They know we're onto them. That's the problem.
BioWare are the rulers of the universe.
Oh, God damn it. All 4 of them.
No. Not BioWare. Secretly, it's Kefis.
Dun, dun, dun!
Which will bring us on to flashpoints and operations anyway.
Exactly. What do you think about the flashpoints? Like, okay, obviously they're gonna add flashpoints and operations, more so operations, because this is more endgamey.
Well, they still haven't announced. They said that they're not really going to add any new flashpoints and operations at the end of the stuff coming out in October, which is annoying as hell because people don't want to be playing the same content they've gone through the entire game playing anyway.
I want to see a flashpoint or maybe even an operation.
Yeah, I would have. Yeah, one flashpoint, one operation. That's not a lot, but that would have just keeled us over at least.
One would have been perfect, like one of each. You know, one flashpoint. Okay, here's another thing. Speaking of flashpoints, I want to be able to solo every single flashpoint.
You can, can't you? Once Knights of the Fallen Empire drops. Well, let's get the list up now. Actually, we'll edit all this out. Obviously, you will.
Yeah. Knights of the Fallen. I'm already on the page.
I'm still finding it.
Well, I'm talking like because you know with Forged Alliances you could go solo mode.
Where's the list? Have you got the link? Send me the link if you got it.
Of the list of things. Like the continuous. I'm just on their overview of Fallen Empire.
No, I was on that, but they released their blog post.
Oh, it's 4.com then. Oh, that's a good one. Take a first look. It would be the most recent one, wouldn't it?
That's why I can't find it anywhere.
Read more news articles, probably. No, that's not it. Huh. Overview. Community. It'd be in community, wouldn't it? I can't. I don't understand, BioWare. Why do you make it so hard to find the things we want?
And I got it.
Okay, sweet.
I just typed
Link me to it.
I just typed it into Google.
Ah, okay. Sweet. Let me see that link. That sweet, beautiful link. Okay, operations, flashpoints, in Fallen in K. For flashpoints, we made quite a few changes to give more options of what you play and how you play them. For starters, all of the flashpoints which are important to the core story had a solo mode added. Solo mode.
Yes, there's a lot of them that's going to have solo mode into it, so that's
I don't want all of them with solo mode, though.
Can be played with solo mode, solo or with a companion. So does that mean that you have to either do it solo without your companion, or what?
I'm thinking when they say companion, I'm thinking they mean like a friend.
Okay.
Companion's a pretty broad term as far as...
when it comes to Star Wars: The Old Republic, I just think of companion as your class companions, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's the way I always see it.
That's what I would think too, but they could be... there could be, not translation, but like transitional things, you know what I mean?
So,
solo mode flashpoints, so Black Talon, SLEs, Boarding Potty...
Terrell 5, Foundry,
Did I say Boarding Potty? Wow.
I think you did. Maelstrom Prison, Battle of Ilum, False Emperor, Assault on Tython, Korriban Incursion, Manam Research Facility, Legacy of Carter, Blood Hunt, and Battle of Rishi. They kind of already had solo mode anyway, the last 6.
Yeah, I mean, the other ones are very welcome, so I could solo them literally at any point in time.
I can definitely see how they are important. Yeah, they definitely are important.
Oh, they're doing hard mode too.
Black Talon and Esselis were the starting ones anyway. Boarding Party, Interral 5, Foundry, Maelstrom Prison all had Revan, was tied to Revan.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously the rest is all... Battle of Illidan and False Emperor is like the end game, and then the rest was all Revan stuff anyway.
I want to see all of those with updated graphics.
Oh, they better.
And like the camera motion, like they just added the camera motion, and they've already gotten it pretty well off as far as the movement of the camera. I don't know
that
what
would
it
be
is.
Good. Yeah, that would be great.
That's crap! That I gotta.
They did say that they did say they want to try and make the game feel more cinematic, and that would be the way. But it just means they'd have to go back to old content and just change it a little bit.
Just make sweeping camera angles and update the graphics.
It's not changing the story; it's just changing the way it looks.
I mean, they didn't say they were changing the story specifically. They said they were messing with the story quests, didn't they?
Yes.
Which, I mean, the camera's technically messing with the quest. At least the cutscenes of the quest. Just do it.
You're still seeing this. You're still seeing the same story, just in a different viewpoint.
I wouldn't mind. I mean, I would love to see those cutscenes even more beautiful. Honestly.
I know what you mean.
I need it, Charlie.
I know. I need it too. I need it, Kevin. I need it. Anyway, tactical flashpoints as well. So we've got Hammer Station, Athis, Mandalorian Raiders, Kadimimu, or however people say that word, Red Reaper, which you do like once and never have to come back to again because you get like one achievement for it for some reason.
Okay, so these are from level 10 to 65, so it used to be 15.
Yeah.
So they took down 5 levels and then added another 5? Or 10, I guess, technically.
Kuat Drive Yards as well, which was kind of like 10 to 55 anyway.
That was 15, though.
Oh, no, it was 15 to 12.
All the tactical were only available after you hit 15.
Oh, okay,
I remember that
yeah.
specifically because I leveled up to level 15 on a character as far as recording goes. My Inquisitor specifically, and then I stopped recording, and then I just did Kuat consistently until I hit about 43, and then I continued to record again.
Wow. See, I think I would lose my mind if I did that.
I lost my mind. I mean, that's why I'm here right now. I mean, have
but
you
hey,
heard
I suppose you got a lot of the achievements. Yeah.
I guess. I mean, I don't care for the achievements. I wanted to be powerful. I wanted unlimited power.
You were living this. It's like you were living the same day over and over and over and over and over and over and over.
It was like every hour I was living the same day over and over and over and over. Ask anybody on chat. I lost my mind.
Wow.
Sorry, on chat. In the comments that were there for the live stream when I did that. Because that was like 8 hours of me doing Kuat over and over and over for like 3 days straight.
You are mental. Seriously.
I love being overpowered, man. For videos specifically. I don't like side quests. I don't like doing side quests. Not when you're recording.
That is true. I do try and skip many side quests as possible, but I mean, when it came to Shadow of Revan, it is
that
one
was
pointless.
different.
It is kind of pointless to do side quests now because there's no real story to it anymore. Which I really hope they bring back because I want to actually see a cutscene with a side quest. I don't just want hey, there's like a throwaway line of what's going on. You go do it. No, that doesn't engage you enough.
You know what's so funny? Everybody was complaining about the fact that just initiating a side quest took so long, and then they finally did it, and we're like, this isn't what we want. I was one of those people. I was like, just give me the text, and then I got it, and I was like, I want a cutscene. BioWare, why are you so lazy?
I never wanted that. I've always wanted cutscenes just so I can watch it, because otherwise you just skip through it. There should be an option in your chat that you could do it both ways. If you want to just have the text and just like a couple of lines, you have that. But if you want,
there's an option in your preferences where you can just turn off cutscenes altogether.
Well, they should. They should allow you to have one or the other, not just get rid of one.
Yeah, I mean, it would take longer, anyways. For Shadow of Revan, at least. I mean, at this point they had better make all the side quests like voice acted and such. You know what I mean? Like cutscenes and everything at this point for this expansion, because they've hyped this up too much to not have that.
Well, yeah, true. I mean, what do? They got rid of the Shadow Realms game and took that team and put it on Star Wars. So
They're
there is no excuse anymore.
You have no excuse, BioWare. If you come up with an excuse and you even make it sound a little bit legitimate, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna still subscribe because I love your game, but
yeah, I know. I've been subscribed since the start, so
exactly. I've been a sub since launch and then 2 months off, but that was because I couldn't pay for it.
I've done it now where I just do it like every 6 months now. I save so much money, but yeah, it comes out on one bulk, which is painful, but yeah.
I do the 3-month thing or the 60-day thing.
And then the rest of the tacticals are ones we already know. Zerka, Korriban, yeah, it's all the stuff we already know that already is tacticals. But again, it's slightly lower, 10 to 65. That's surprising that you can do like Korriban stuff. That's surprising.
I mean, it's welcome, I guess, at level... Korriban Incursion at level 10, though.
Yeah, you've just come out of Korriban. You just come out of Korriban as a fresh new Sith, and then all of a sudden it's being destroyed.
Assault on Tython and Korriban Incursion have both happened. I want a full makeover of those 2 planets, of Tython and Korriban. WoW, when they did their whole everything got destroyed crap.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Definitely.
I mean, it doesn't make sense, to...
Maybe you can go back to the original version if you wanted to, but...
Maybe when you're starting out your story, yes, but after you encounter that, have it, be kind of an instanced thing. Because, I mean, it's not like they haven't instanced everything of the game anyways. You know what I mean?
Well...
I mean, if the Elder Scrolls Online can instance crap, I'm sure this game could. I mean, think about it this way. If you've already gone through Assault on Tython or Korriban Incursion,
it should be locked
immersion...
It should be locked as it's already been destroyed, but then there's things which you wouldn't be able to go back to anymore because of...
Well, just put a little side story, maybe, when you get back after it's been destroyed, just put someone there saying, hey, we're still trying to build things, but things are still running. Maybe clean out the interiors a bit.
That's an idea. Yeah, that's a good idea.
You know what I mean? Because that would be pretty simple to do. Just be hey, things are still destroyed. The outside's destroyed, but the interior has been pretty fixed. I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely.
Just make the cantinas in there destroyed or something, because no one used those cantinas. What was a cantina doing in the Jedi Temple anyways?
I have I've always wondered this. I always have.
I was doing that today because not today, yesterday.
Maybe even Jedi need breaks.
Tell me about it, dude. Being that uptight. Oh gosh. No wonder Kira Carson's the Jedi version of. Never mind. Jaisa, there we go.
That is true.
I mean, seriously.
That is true.
I mean, I love Kira, though. She's my second favorite romance character.
Kira is great.
It goes Lana, then Kira.
I love Mako as well. Mako's great.
I haven't gone through Mako. I haven't gone through the Diner yet.
It always seems to be the female companions that are the strongest.
That's because everybody's expecting you to play as a male.
Unless your name's Vet. No, it's just...
Vet's a weak... I like her backstory, don't get me wrong.
But
I like how she and Risha interact or have intertwining stories.
I haven't done the Smuggler Companion story, so I don't really know.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I spoil that for you?
No, that's fine. But that's interesting to know that will be happening.
She'll mention, she won't say Vet's name, but she'll say, or Risha will be oh yeah, I used to hang out with this chick and a small little Twi'lek that I can't remember her name. She disappeared, or she got captured and turned to a slave. And then you're oh, that's Vet, because Vet brings Risha up.
Oh, wow. Wow. All right. That's great.
But those are the only, as far as I know, the only 2 intersecting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's still cool.
I mean, it was sort of with Greystar as well. I mean, who mentions Greystar in the... Oh, who was it? It was a companion in the Imperial Agent story mentions... Was it in the Imperial Agent story? I might be wrong. Am I thinking of the wrong
I don't know.
things?
I haven't gone through the Imperial Agent completely yet.
But one companion actually mentions Greystar, and then in the Trooper, you go and actually face Greystar.
Oh, that's cool. I like that they did that, but like you'd have to play all the stories to know.
Yeah, I know. No doubt there's somebody out there who's like, oh yeah, I definitely know that reference. Oh, I know that reference. Yeah, oh yeah.
That would be me if I committed to a character.
There's just me who's like, it goes over my head. I don't.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because
Exactly.
I'm getting all this information and it just explodes out of my head and I forget.
Sometimes they just slip it right under there too. It's like real sly.
I know.
Ugh. Anyways,
We got this is a very long thing.
I mean, 20 minutes of it was like pure silence, but I mean, no big deal. I mean, it's still gonna be long.
Yeah. Right. Hard mode as well. We'll quickly brush over the hard mode as well.
I mean, it's just hard mode of everything.
Yeah, pretty much. Nothing we need to talk about that. To be honest, a lot of it is already hard mode, like Revan stuff that already has a hard mode.
Mm-hmm. Operations.
Zerka stuff that has a hard mode. Kuat Drive Yards doesn't have a hard mode, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was once you hit level 55, you instantly went hard mode for that.
And then sort of there are hard modes as well, but I think they were level 50 hard modes, like the Battle of Illidan and False Emperor.
Mm-hmm.
I assume that they're going to be upscaled to level 65, so they are going to be harder now.
Well, yeah, everything is getting upscaled.
Yeah, so yeah. And then the rest is just all just getting their own sort of hard mode versions. They definitely should. I remember hearing this suggestion a long time ago. If it's hard mode, turn off the conversations.
Yes,
you're not there for the story.
You've already been through it.
You're not there for the story. You're there for
the gear,
the gear, and the difficulty spike, and that's it. You're not there for anything else. Well, think about it, because sometimes I do in like when I'm doing a playthrough, I'll be like, well, no, I don't want to play like this weaker version of Flashpoint. I'll go do it in hard mode and I'll still get the story.
Yeah,
sometimes I am like that.
They're just gonna keep it. Like, it just solves so many problems.
Did you want to talk go on.
No, go ahead.
No, you go first, honestly.
Oh, I was just gonna say that like people, if you get a good group, like you're cooperative with your group, everybody's just gonna spacebar through it anyways.
Well, they can wait.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you want to skip the story, then you can very well skip the story. It's there as an option, even in hard mode. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like a double-edged sword at that point. Damned if you do, damned if you don't, kind of thing.
Did you want to quickly talk about operations?
Yeah. I want to do Terror from Beyond.
I'm not normally an operations kind of person, but I mean, there are guilds out there that do the same operations every single week, and I don't know if they could stomach doing it all over again.
I just want to get the jetpack mount.
Oh, who doesn't?
That's the only reason. I mean, I've always been interested in doing operations, just because, I mean, the idea of everything being organized is really cool, but then it's the constant wiping that, like, if you're playing with people who don't know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and most of the time, do they even have story?
Some operations do.
I know Terror from Beyond does.
Yeah, because I remember doing videos of it sometimes, and there's like a quest which has some sort of story, and then
Eternity Vault did.
And then sometimes there's like cutscenes in the operations, which is only you but not everyone else. That they're just speaking to you, which is odd. But hey, I
want to do 20-man operations. Like, just add 4 more people. Like
16 is an odd number. Well, it's an even number, but it's an odd number.
It's odd for not being 20. Let's be real here.
And then of course you do have like the Dread Fortress and Dread Palace as well, which had their full story anyway with Arcann.
Yeah. I mean,
and then with the Karagas Palace, didn't they continue that story?
I know I did Karagas Palace. All of the ones that I've done are Eternity Vault, Karagas Palace, Scum and Villainy. That was about it.
The only ones I haven't done is Ravagers, Temple of Sacrifice, and Explosive Conflict fully. The rest I've done, but vaguely remember now.
You'd be more versed in that than I would, honestly. I mean, I've done Karagas Palace, and it felt more like a solo thing. Like you didn't have to go through anything. If I remember correctly, it was kind of like that Flashpoint. What is it? It's the Blood Hunt Flashpoint, or whatever.
Okay.
The one where you're trying to go talk to
Shay Vizsla?
Yeah, Shay Vizsla. Torch, same thing. Yeah, that chick. Yeah, it was like that, I believe, because you're encountering bounty hunters and stuff like that, and it was a mess as far as I remember. I think you kill a Hut in that one, actually.
Karagra is a Hut.
Yeah, exactly. You kill him. I think.
Yes.
I don't know.
But do they really die? It's just.
Well, I mean, yes.
Who
the
really
money
dies in
goes-
Star Wars?
That's a good. Padme.
Okay, yeah. Padme.
Qui-Gon Jinn. Darth Bane.
No.
Everybody I've killed is a Sith. Everybody I've killed is a Jedi.
Help me, people.
Pretty much everybody you've killed stays dead.
Help me, people. You're my only hope.
Can we just say it's weird that at the end of all of this, it says, "May the Force be with you, George." Like George Lucas had some grand design behind all this crap. I'm gonna take a screenshot of that. That is bizarre. What if his name's truly just George Foreman? Not George Lucas. Because we don't like George Lucas, but we needed to put George specifically so it felt genuine.
Really, Eric Musco made this. We don't know if that's true.
No idea.
It's probably George Lucas confirmed.
Yeah.
Yep. Definitely.
Oh, yeah, definitely. All right, I think that cuts up the first half.
The only thing we didn't talk about was the costume designer.
Oh, I just want that to be cheaper. I mean, it's not expensive to begin with.
We can quickly talk about the costume design. You got to think as well. First half, an hour long, way longer than an hour at the moment. Yeah. We may, We'll have to quickly rush through some of my stuff as well. But we'll quickly talk about the costume designer as well. Let's talk about the costume designer as well.
Okay. Well, I just want it to be cheaper.
Yeah, everyone wants it to be cheaper. Obviously, everybody wants it to be on their companions as well.
Yes, that's a big one. I always have that problem because I end up spending too much like basic commendations trying to gear up my characters because I want them to look a specific way.
That's an idea as well. What if you don't pay for your companion's costume designer with actual credits, but you pay it with commendation? No, well, that won't know.
How about subscribers just don't pay for it?
Well, yeah. I mean, it could be an idea.
That would make sense.
It could be an idea that you could pay with multiple forms of currency. It doesn't just have to be credits. Maybe it can be. Obviously, we've got cartel coins as well. Maybe it could be with commendations. Maybe with your soul.
I'm already paying $15 and my soul to this game. I would prefer to keep the credits that I earn. Thank you very much.
Don't worry about your soul though.
I don't need a soul, but I need those credits. Okay. Speaking of that, can we just? I want dyes to be unlockable via the cartel market, like the collections.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Because that is super annoying having to pay for those consistently to look the way you want.
But then they sell cartel market dyes on the cartel market, so it's just.
I mean like on the collections where you can.
Yeah, no, but if it was that easy, they wouldn't sell it on the cartel market when you could just probably buy it in GTN and then just get it over collections. Again, it's all about the economy.
Either way, you're using cartel coins to unlock it for all your characters.
It's a difficult one, that.
I mean, that's the same argument of, hey, you're paying $15 a month, you get what, like... I get like 500, 600 cartel coins each month because I've been a subscriber for a long time or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's like saying I don't need to buy cartel coins. I can just wait each month and get like a pack or two, you know? I mean, it's the same deal as that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I suppose.
I mean, if anything, they could just charge extra, like, on the GTN and such, just to keep the economy going, for armors and stuff. But, like, seriously, the dyes, man. I need the dyes. I am sick and tired of forking up 50, or anywhere from 30 to 50K each character I start.
Yeah.
Actually, that's not true because the Cantina stuff usually like
yeah. I suppose you could probably try and be lucky and see if you can just create a new. Well, no, it's locked to your character, isn't it? Damn.
Yeah, I got so upset because
legacy gear. Oh no. Can you extract it from a legacy gear?
No, because when you extract it, it just kind of destroys itself.
Yeah, I was just thinking if it did.
Oh, it made me so mad because I got real lucky. I got the double black in the Cantina thing.
Okay, yeah.
And it was on a character that I just made just to mess around, like a character I wasn't gonna take seriously. And I was like, this was before I found out that you can transfer it over to another character. I was like, oh, I got it. And then I picked it up, or I tried to put it in the mail and sent it to a character that I wanted it on, and it was like, it's bound. And I was like, you know what's also bound? My soul to this game, but screw you, BioWare. Just big old middle fingers. I was so mad about that. At least make them legacy. At least make those legacy.
Well,
I need that.
That is true.
Make it more...
Maybe they'll do that going forward, perhaps.
I doubt it. It's just an easier way to keep the economy going, because everybody buys dies.
Damn you, BioWare.
Damn
you!
How dare you! You have done wrong in your stead. Anyways.
That could be where part 1 ends, if it is going to be part 1, but we'll see.
Alright, sweet. So, thank you guys so much for watching part 1, because this is very long. If you guys want to catch part 2, where we talk about other things, which will be remained a secret, go check Charlie's channel, Kranitoko, because he'll have part 2 up. So, yeah.